Alright, everyone, this is my game 2 VOD review of our scrims up yesterday. Um, oh, wow, what the fuck? Yes, the one we lost. Wow, that was weird. So, as always, I would like to start with Champ Select and understanding our win conditions and understand what we could do. Um, one, Jace into Aatrox. So, the key thing about Jace that people seem to not kind of get sometimes is that Jace is more of a lane bully and is more of a I'm going to get more items faster than you, more than I'm going to kill you over and over kind of champion. He's a champion that's going to punish a lot of mistakes, but he's not going to be able to force as many, if you get what I'm saying. And then in his matchup into Aatrox, for what he wants to do, Jace is a little bit, not at a disadvantage, but it's a little bit harder for him because Aatrox Qs protrude out so where it can affect the wave, and Jace's whole goal throughout laning phase is using his wave manipulation to gain CS leads. Using his wave manipulation plus jungler in order to gain those CS leads. Um, Overall, Jace should win this matchup early, and by win this matchup, I mean he should be up 20 to 30 CS on Aatrox. I don't mean he should be 20 30 CS plus kills. Like, if Aatrox is gonna do something not smart, then of course he's gonna kill him over and over again. But otherwise, Jace is not really looking to kill Aatrox because it's not really going to happen unless it's forced with jungle intervention. Rek'Sai into Sejuani. So Rek'Sai, very strong early game jungler, is very predicated on making things happen in the early game so that he's relevant. Sejuani, very decent early game jungler, more is a scaling jungler because of tankiness. In terms of the top 2v2, you guys lose top 2v2. Reason being because melee champions along with Sejuani passive make it really hard for anyone to win a top 2v2 with Sejuani and a melee champion. So early levels, you guys don't necessarily want to run into each other with these two at all. Like, you want to outpath him in a way to where he's doing something else so that you can abuse a 2-on-1 on Aatrox. But you can't win the top 2v2 because of Sejuani passive. Vladimir into Syndra. Vladimir is a lane that's not going to have priority into Syndra. Syndra has ways of punishing Vladimir, but Vladimir has ways of making sure he stays alive throughout the entire laning phase, and then when he hits his 2-item mark into Syndra, then he just doesn't die, and then he can actually do work into killing Syndra. But if Syndra gets ahead of Vladimir, and in terms of the kill department, it's super hard for Vladimir, in my opinion. Syndra has a lot of ways to be punished by Vladimir, with like the pool being able to stop ultimates and being able to pull the stun and all like that. So like there's tons of outplay potential for Vladimir into Syndra, but in terms of what the goals are, Syndra's gonna shove Vladimir early and beat him up early. He's gonna hit his 2-item mark and start dumpstering her. He's gonna hit 40% CER and start dumpstering her early. In terms of bot lane, the bot 2v2. Ezreal, a very strong mid-game champion. Alistair, a very strong flanker, very strong level 2, like super strong at dueling and quick trades in the early game in lane. Varus is very good at extended trades with his W passive. Taric is very actually good at extended trades because of the heal and his continued E passive, which his dazzle has like if I remember correctly, it's like an 8-second cooldown, a 10-second cooldown somewhere in there. I could be wrong. I can just check. Dazzle has a oh wow, Dazzle has a 16-second cooldown, so you're able to punish him, but again, there's a lot of champions that could do what Taric is doing is better. So like 100% bot 2v2 is in your favor, but in terms of this matchup, you guys are going to be absorbing a lot of pressure because Sejuani is going to want to make things happen bot lane in correspondence because these two are going to be too busy on top lane. And Aatrox is a very safe enough champion to where he can handle this without dying. The only thing is how much CS will he be down in terms of game plan. So when I'm looking at the game plan, the whole point is he should understand at level 3, and these two at level 3 should be looking to make plays on Aatrox. And not a place to kill him, but plays to deny him waves. So what what Jace is gonna want to do in the early game is set up waves to where he's getting multiple 2 or 3 stack minion waves heading to crash into his tower, and that his presence here is going to deny Aatrox from being able to actually clear those minions. Then on the back half of that, because Sejuani should more than likely be on bot side, Sejuani is going to want to make something happen in response to the fact that Aatrox is going to be having a lot of jungle attention. So as a response, he's going to head bot side, which Ezreal and Alistar can absorb that pressure as long as they can absorb this pressure as long as they have vision and are able to like sniff out when Sejuani is there, so that they're not going in off engage tools. Like if Sejuani comes in for like a counter gank after Alistar uses his engage tools, then he's kind of fucked. But otherwise, this lane is actually quite safe into Varus Taric, because there's not really many ways that they can punish them. The problem that you might run into when just looking at Champ Select is that because he's not going to be able to get priority into Syndra, there's very big possibilities of 4-manning bot in the early levels if he is too busy taking too much time on top side. So that's something you have to be cognizant of. But yeah, let's see how we play this out here. Okay. Start here. Standard 5-point. Done. Early poke, okay. Nice sidestep on the Dazzle. It's really weird that they dropped 2 wards here. But it's really good. This is really good for you because you notice this, that you drop the ward here, so you have the vision and understanding of when he is going to move topside from his bot side camps, or if he's going to move bot side from his top side from his bot side camps. Yeah, that's a really good ward to have in the early game after their response of doing this ward. As a response though, this is super aggressive, super greedy, but you getting this ward right here is really good for you and having understanding of where the jungler is. But understand, this is a super greedy and super aggressive ward. Oh wait, do you have vision of them walking that way? Wait, hold on. Yeah, you had vision of them walking this way, but the problem is, did you wait? What was Sejuani at this time? Oh, so you already see okay. Okay. So you already see all of them go to the respective counterparts, so you already know this is actually quite free to walk up. Alright, that's actually really good. Okay. Clear. Bot side clear. So remember, the key in making the start of this composition work is Jace needs to get item advantages. Jace needs to get item advantages by using his wave management to stack these waves to then crash into Aatrox at level 3 and level 4. Okay. So here's the thing. You don't want to jump in here, especially not at level 1. The only time you really want to, you could jump in possibly at level 2 if like the situation calls for it and he's burned all of his Q cooldown, but at level 1 you never want to jump into this, because especially off the fact that his Q was still off, not on cooldown, so he could still punish you for that. And the whole point is you still want to be able to bully him off of these minions. And you can't bully him off these minions if you take that kind of trade. Like, you would have been fine just using straight auto attacks to just bully him off the wave, abusing the fact that you're ranged into him being melee. But yeah. Like, right there again, because you jump in again, it gives him more areas to punish you as a laner. So your whole point is you have to, until his, like, say his Q cooldown is down, you can't take the jump in trades. You will just lose those. Right. You didn't place your ward. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Like, because you didn't place his ward, say right here or right here, at any time before when you're coming to lane, you're at any time, like, you're now gonna see her. You're not gonna see her sitting right here. So when you actually go for this 2v2 play, it's gonna be quite bad because you don't win 2v2s. Remember. So this was a good job of you guys making the best out of a really bad situation. The fact that you're able to get the trade kill and then still able to at least not make it only a 1-for-1, that was super good for you guys. Now that you've had this play go south and kind of falter a bit. Oh, wait. Oh, he attacks mid lane next. Wait a minute. Oh, they even see you. Oh, they even saw you. They knew you were there. Okay. They knew you were going to take Scuttle Crab off that because you hadn't taken Scuttle Crab before. That was the easy gank path. I don't mind this gank. I would prefer you both find a way to bait out the E cooldown so that this gank actually becomes more secured. But I mean, and as well as you weren't able to burn the flash, so you burn the ignite, which is fine, I guess. It's not something ignite can't punish Vladimir in this lane, I guess, so it makes it easier for him to survive. But overall, I mean, there was a purpose behind the gank. It wasn't really like awful. So here's my problem. You have 2 wards up. Being that you already have topside scuttle vision, why at no point of time, because you know your jungler's topside, have you not placed a ward on your bot side river? That's confusing. Okay. Now, 5 minutes in, after your first recall, it's time where we have to kind of reassess what we can do here. So, because of the top 2v2 play, there's no for sure guaranteed way you're going to be able to get item advantages here, so you should refocus your agenda elsewhere. This bot 2v2 is actually super strong in the mid game and can take advantage of this lane given jungle pressure, but only if given jungle pressure. Because, well, not only if given jungle pressure, you basically have to bait out the dazzle cooldown, and after you bait out dazzle cooldown, Dano can actually just run rampant. But at this time, though, you have to kind of give bot lane the attention, because understanding that all the time you spent topside, they probably have all the initial time that they're going to spend bot side. So, like, you pathing back up to topside is not a bad thing. The problem is, this is not necessarily going to be as concrete of a win condition for you anymore because of the top 2v2 failure. Not only that, but you have Fire Drake up. Fire Drake is really good for you, and you kind of need Fire Drake, especially after this fails, because you know you're not going to get an item advantage here. It's actually quite not going to happen because of the death. So here, I would take the time to focus bot side. And by doing that, I would take my Raptors here first, and then look to set up vision here, and then gank bot side. And then using off the bot gank, you take Infernal. So, here's my thing. Why did you drop your wards here? Because you should assume, you can assume, because of this topside play, after he ganked mid, that he would be taking his bot side jungle. Reason being is, for him being topside, he should have cleared all of this, and he should be making his way back down this way. And because also knowing that Rek'Sai had his early focus on top lane, so his natural thing is to want to take care of bot lane, because now that Jace has died in the early game, his win condition is pretty much blown in terms of getting item advantages. And you sitting here trying to do something to Aatrox now at this point is not gonna get you anywhere. And Dano agrees for a ward. Wait a minute. Wait. Put. So this ward is a good ward, but this ward is not a good ward for right now, especially because understanding the general sense of pathing, like if you guys are tracking this better, you could assume that he's bot side. And the other thing is, this is what should give you a little bit of a hint. Like, I would just drop this ward here and not take the extra step up here, only because this ward will still give you all the information you kind of need on the pressure for the bot lane. But it's not safe for you to be up here, because mid lane doesn't have prio, and your bot lane is not getting back to lane, and your AD carry is looking to recall. So if you were really trying to get this ward here, like, I think the best place to put your ward is right here in this general area, instead of taking the extra step up here, because then with the terrain scaling, how the terrain is set up, and now that your bot laner is recalling, like, there's no pressure that's keeping them here from not walking up. As well as, again, you don't have mid prio. On the back half of this, I like that you're trying to salvage this by taking his entire topside jungle. I actually really like that. I don't agree with the keep going on Aatrox at this point, but I do like the fact that you're making the most out of the situation by taking his entire topside. I do like that. Okay. That was super fucking good. This here, as a response to this death and understanding that he's doing his bot side, this is super fucking good. Now you've kind of really reopened up the possible win condition of trying to get him back in the game. get him to a point where he gets item advantages. But still reassessing, you have to understand he's still 15 CS down, and you still can't make this an uber priority. But you basically just relieve the pressure of this lane for him, so that now he can actually start managing his waves again better. And that's just something you're just losing off of casualty to his death. And being knowing that he was spot side. And you're doing that thing. So this is kind of awkward now. It's kind of awkward because you've already cleared most of his topside jungle. And now the play really actually should be coming down this way. By coming up here, moving down this way. Ganking mid here, and then moving that advantage down this way. Because again, Jace has died in lane. Jace is still 10 CS down. Jace can't be the primary win condition anymore. Can't like reset that enough. So if I were you, I'd be taking this path here and taking it down into the mid lane and attempting to blow at least his flash so that it's a possibility for him once he recalls. Hold on. Yeah. So at this point, once he recalls, he'll have enough CDR where he can actually do something in this lane. Not punish her super heavily, but punish her to a point where she will be fearful. Off his recall. So then you take this play here, possibly burn the flash, maybe get a kill here, because you'll have level 6 off this camp and this camp. Take this all the way down to bot lane, because bot lane is a more sure win condition at this point, because you need to get something to scale into the mid game, because this is not guaranteed again. Oh, nice ult, nice pull. Yeah, because like now this is super awkward for you to be here. This is super awkward because like now you're really given no choice but to path topside. You're actually just given no choice. Because it's the only thing that has camps up, and it would be really awkward for you to come back down this way. Which is why this way would have been better. Just go that way. Because by the time you got through this mid gank, all your entire bot side camps would be up, maybe except for red buff. What's the timer on red buff? I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, by the time you get down this way, red buff should be on the way up. Holy. Wait a minute. This bot lane trade. It feels like you guys are not. What the? Why'd you eat backwards? There was no chance of that hitting you. You didn't even need to eat backwards. You actually could just walk this way. you walk this way, first of all, you step up this way, he's guaranteed to be dead. 100% guaranteed. Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Okay. 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 Use the W. Okay. So, you eating backwards makes it so this kill doesn't happen. You don't even need to eat backwards because there is no chance that this was going to hit you. You actually could just step up and walk up this way and then still weave your autos in this way, and he dies. He just dies. Also, in this... Oh, wow. What the Let me make sure. I'm just trying to make sure I'm 100% correct on what I'm saying here. Like this, first of all, this is a good punish. Like this is actually a really good punish from Dano to knock them back here. That's super good. Like I like that. That's good. The problem we get into here, you eat backwards. You eating backwards when this has no possible chance of hitting you from the range that it was in and the angle that it was going in. You could simply step up this way. Step up this way. Auto, Q, auto. Like, you'll probably hit him with the Q at that point. But he dies. Like, you double auto ultimate. Like, he just dies. Not only that, then you actually could even turn this fight from not a negative into only positive. Because then, for one, your flash isn't blown. Well, it would be actually an even trade, actually. Because he's actually 100% guaranteed to die because he pressed R here. He's 100% guaranteed to die because he doesn't have ultimate. And I think, wait, let me make sure I'm... How much was he down in experience? Yeah, that kill wouldn't have given him 6. But he's 100% guaranteed to die because he threw ultimate. 100% guaranteed to die. But you can 100% live if you didn't flash forward and if you didn't E backward and flash forward. What the fuck? That's weird. That's super weird. Because then, for one, you would have been able to flash this, probably then WQ, and he then actually might die from that. WQ from... Yeah, he might even actually die from that because of the turret shots. Yeah, like, you could have made this play 100% positive if you just didn't E backwards. The fuck? It's super weird. But yeah, on the back half of that, your jungler feels pressure to make something happen. The fact that you're here is not bad. The fact that you're here is fine. The problem is you trying to take this dive. You should not be trying to take this dive. Yeah, this dive just you just don't take this dive. Like, you sit here and you like force him to not take this wave. Like, you sit here and you force him off a wave a little bit, and then you take his entire topside jungle for this, and then possibly by the time you do that, she's back in mid lane, so you gank mid lane at that point when she has no flash, and then you get back in the game that way, and that will put Vladimir on the board. But this whole dive here, I can understand why you did it, because you felt super pressured after bot lane dying. Like, there's a lot. I felt like you felt like a lot of pressure from bot lane dying, but like that just isn't the play. And that play, that play pretty much ends topside entirely as any sort of win condition. Topside is completely done. Your only chance now in the game is this thing and this thing, which is hard, but not impossible, because Ezreal still has, I believe, a stronger mid game than Varus. Not only that, but he's not far behind at all. In itemization, he's not far behind. Oh man, I don't think you saw it. You probably didn't see it at all. But the little Sejuani passive on top of Taric right here. Oof. If you could have only seen that, I think you would have probably just left way before you would have got to this point. Not only that, but because he knows he's topside, this is super free, especially when he has the ability to get this with the priority here. This feels super rough. This is actually kind of ends like the conditional stand of your game. Like this. Oh, this feels super bad. This just feels super bad. Fucking Taric is like super uber good at tower dives, and there's nothing you could do about that. Like at this point, bot lane's over because of that play. So now your only play to get you there is you have to accelerate him massively. And that's super hard because he's behind because of the kills that they just got bot lane. Not only that, but there's that one kill here. But mostly it's these two kills that they just gave up here that massively accelerates Syndra ahead of him. Oh, that feels super bad. Why are we taking this fight? Like, you're down in items and levels, but you're taking this fight. Kind of confused here. Like, the play is Rift Herald. Okay, Cairo, you zone him off here, but you guys actually should be just continuing the Rift Herald. Like, you have vision of him right here. You want to end this faster than him doing this, because like you don't win this right here. You know. Like at this point, you're just giving kills over to them to kind of make your lead insurmountable. Their lead insurmountable. Oh my god. Oh my god, that hurts. That mentally hurts. So top lane's done. Bot lane's done. Jungle is done. Mid lane's not done, but it's pretty much set in stone. Like Vladimir has to like now hard outplay, and it's not just hard outplay his mid laner, hard outplay the rest of the fucking map. Like this game is not over because you guys have ways of stalling out the game, but this game is now incredibly hard. Now the goal should be setting up defensive vision in our jungle here. Now setting up division in our jungle here and catching them out when they're alone, because they have a very bad habit of taking very bad fights alone for no reason. But in terms of 2v2s and all like this shit's over. All you can do is set up your defensive vision, farm this out, and wait. Wait. Samsel? You literally have vision of Sejuani right here 2 seconds ago. And you have nobody with you. Hello? What? Are you okay? Huh, what? What? Like, 100% unnecessary. Wow. It's kind of like you just mentally gave up on the game at this point. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. At this point now, you have a 6k gold deficit. This game is quite over. And not just physically, you mentally kind of checked out here, because this death 100% is completely avoidable, and on any other day, you're not making that mistake. So you all mentally checked out at that point. So fuck, man, like like ending the game at 14 minutes. Like on the bright side, signs of life. You're gonna get this turret. Signs of life. Now you guys gotta just kind of run for your lives here. But it's not really good to run for your lives when your bot side has no pressure on the Aatrox, who could just come up and collapse on you. Yeah, this is yeah. Wow. At this point, it's just all them. It's because you guys seem pretty over. So, fuck's sake, dude. That was completely demoralizing in a sense. Completely unavoidable, completely demoralizing. Yikes to watch. There are a lot of ways that you guys could have sort of turned around that early game, in a sense of the first gank bot lane. It was the second gank bot lane that pretty much ended your chances with the 4-man. And then like the over we put too much emphasis on top side, so that then our bot side was just left to fend for the wolves, and we just had no way of handling that. With no mid prio, that so that mid lane couldn't just roam down there and make it a party in the bot lane. Holy. Alright. Just game one here. this game, I want to end on a more positive note. I want to watch a lot of the positives you made in this game, because there were a lot of positives, 100%, that I want to emphasize in this game, rather than just focusing on the negatives of game 2. So, any sense? Let's just debunk team compositions here. You have a winning top side. You have a winning mid lane post level 6. You have a scaling bot lane. You have heavy dive potential here. You have a strong aggressive jungler. You have strong side lane threats. You have good 1-3-1, 4-1 setup. You have stronger mid 2v2 post level 6. And you have a stronger top 2v2 post level 3. You have so many pluses here. And in terms of execution, this composition was much easier for you to execute. So, in a general sense, it became a lot easier. Your opponent only has scaling top lane, scaling bot lane, and a scaling jungler. They have good team fight presence and a strong burst damage, but it takes a long time for their damage to scale. Like, they have too much scaling here and nothing that bridges them. So that's their problem in their composition, which you can take advantage of by just having a jungler being aggressive in the early game. And aggressive you guys were. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we have here. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Wait, this is how you got this kill? Seriously? What? I'm being trolled. What the fuck? I guess I'll just go AFK and let everybody just kill me, I guess. Maybe that's how... wow. Alright. Wow. Wow. On the back of this, though, you did one really good thing off of that really cheesy kill. You have this vision here, which helps you get the information on where he starts, and knowing that he's gonna start bot side here gives you so much information and it lets you pass so aggressively, which I really liked how you did this early game pathing. Super aggressive. I super liked it. The other good thing that like goes unsung is this. The fact that you just sat here, so that gave them no information on where he actually started pathing, was actually super good. It still gave them some information, but they weren't actually certain because this thing wasn't there, so like they didn't have like 100% complete information. But like because you just decided to sit here, I'm really glad you did that, so it didn't give away his jungle pathing. Okay. Take this aggressive path to blue camp. Ooh, spicy jungler over here. Taking away his entire top side. It's super aggressive and super nice here. Now, this gank, I think it's really good. Especially because you're abusing the fact that even though she's not level 3 yet, you still have winning topside, and you already know your jungler is way down here, so there's no chance of you being punished for this. Your whole goal here is to really just burn his flash, which I think you do. I think you guys do successfully. Yes, super good. All right, now you put yourself this lane in a very super good state. At level 3, he has all the trading power in the world to actually possibly kill him, especially with his flash down. Also, yeah, you give away your jungle path positioning, but like your whole caveat here is to then go bot lane. take this blue buff. Is your whole goal after this topside gank. It's pretty good. Now Sejuani's kind of forced to take a really awkward path in order to possibly catch up with you. Which she does get mid prio, but bot lane is going to give up prio. Ooh, almost a solo kill. Oh, how close? I don't know why he thinks he can duel you here. Wow. So, if he wants this blue buff, he needs to come get this blue buff. He needs to come get this blue buff before he takes the scuttle, and then uses prio here, because he loses prio from bot lane level hitting level 3, and he should understand that bot lane hitting level 3 is pretty much insta kill for bot lane. Hold on, let me just check something here. Hitting level 3, they're abusing their level 3 power spike. Very nice. At this point, this is really dumb of him to actually try to take this invade because he has no bot side pressure. Yeah, he has mid prio, but the entire bot lane can just roam up to him at this point now. So this is really dumb of him. And I'm really glad you guys punished him for this actual bonobo shit. 3 buffed him, and the fact that because he decided to gank without any bot side pressure, leaving it a free roam from here, and then Kyra makes some really wonky trade because she has no mana in order to be able to actually respond to this over here, like that you're able to punish the jungler, which I find really good. What the fuck? Why? Why not why not go over the wall here? Why not go over the wall here? Question mark? I'm confused. What? Oh shit. Almost, dude. I mean, if you'd actually threw your flag here, this is actually a free kill for you. But nonetheless, I like the thought here, dude. But overall, we can reassess. Mid lane is uber ahead now. Mid lane's uber ahead. Top side has advantage here because top side has flash advantage without TP advantage. Bot side has an advantage here because they just forced them off this wave, and they're going to crash this wave off recall, and then they're going to be up in items. Like, overall, in the first 5 minutes, you guys really set yourself up for success here. Take this toxic scuttle. Yeah, that's fine, because you're just fine with leaving that on. And then, oh shit, what happened here? Oh, wait a minute. She fucked. Oh man. I think she fucked up combo. Hey, did you get stunned at all? Oh, oh, yeah, she was Zoom. There's no way she could follow up with anything because she was Zoom. And she was only level 5, so the only thing she could do is press W, which W would have probably put you at like 50 HP. Uh, but she had no mana. It was a good punish, the fact that she had no mana. Alright, so now mid lane is hard one. Hard one. Off recall. Once you recall, this lane is super over. Now, the entire goal for you guys should be is this thing. This is the entire goal now. Off of recall, he'll path down to. He'll probably take this and recall, and then you guys path down here to take this Infernal. Make a play bot lane and take this Infernal. Why did you walk up here? Yeah, that's super weird. Like the fact that you just walk this way and then up here, don't even hit this thing. Like you kind of just wasted like 6 or 7 seconds. And you know, time is of the essence when you're jungling. Time management is super critical. Can't just waste those seconds. Hmm. Oh. 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 Bot difference. Very nicely done. And then off recall, this is super easy for you guys to get Infernal. Oh. Let's go, boys. I like it. Oh, he thought he was spicy. That that's super confusing to me. Why he just did that, but oh, okay. Why didn't you just complete the recall? Like, why did you actually just complete the recall? If you're not gonna complete the recall, why are you standing there kind of like BMing? Like, that's fucking dumb, dude. It's super fucking dumb. Like, you just threw over, what, 150, maybe 200 gold off of your shutdown? Like, hello? Like, off of that, you lose all mid pressure. Like, now Dano has wasted his time. uh, Wait a minute. Like, because Dano was looking to make a play here, which. Hold on, let's see. Let's see the prerequisites of this here. Like, Dano's looking to make a play here off of what you're doing, and you're kind of wasting his time by sitting here BMing. At this point, you kind of just need to go because he technically is in lethal for Syndra. Like, he should have actually just finished his recall and you just leave. That way Samso doesn't have to drop this entire wave, this crash wave here, because Cairo decides to be dumb. Because like now you lose double stacked wave bot lane, like, and that's super bad for you. Like, you wanted to keep your advantage going. He's down 20 CS because of this double stacked wave. Okay. Okay. I see you're trying to get some redemption over here for yourself. It's really good that you challenge him for this. I think his ability to join fights with a dive cop is super nice. But that was kind of dumb for them to do like that when he was coming off recall. I can see the point though. So I like this, but this is not the time to dive. Like, at this point, like, you maybe take his Krugs here and like maybe look for a dive, like after they've returned to lane. But like, you know they're coming back to lane in the first place. Within him, you don't know this. You don't know Sejuani's coming, but with this coming, like, you could just sit here, take the plating here, take all the plating here, and just deny him the rest of this wave and just back off without having to like overforce for this kill, because like you kind of just overforce for this. I mean, it's worth nonetheless, like later on in the game, for support for AD, but like that's just like an unneeded death. Like, you would have gotten the kill eventually anyway. Ho 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 ho! Operation Mid Die is a go. Operation Mid Die. This is a really good setup here. Understanding you're coming off recall, he's going to come into a shoved wave, and then in this time you have roam timing. The fact that you're able to just pincher this, that's a really good play. That is a very good, solid play, dude. The fucking mad props to you guys for setting this up. Jesus Christ, that's nice. Not only that, but then you're coming back in time for him to catch a wave. Wow, that's super good. The only thing that could be better is if you were not so... okay. I was going to say, if you weren't so fucking greedy, you can help him take Rift Herald. Good response TPs. This is just where all your dive tools just come in handy. Kaisa fucking... Kaisa fucking J4. Holy fuck, it's fucking disgusting. The fact that you have this vision here, and the fact that you come for this. I would think, though, if your attempt is going to make this play, I think you need to be in a better position to follow up. But this is just me nitpicking the play. Off of this, like, your whole point, you pop here, you pop this, you take this, you reset. Jesus, this is going to be glorious. pretty much normal at this point. I think then for you, you make this play bot side here. You off this roam, you take because you have ultimate and everything up. Beside, well, they don't have their sums, but your ultimate because they don't have their key sums here. You take this and then you instantly get this bot turret. Oh my. Okay. That was just really weird to be getting caught out here. Really weird. Considering you could assume that he would be coming up here because if you just decided to kill them all right here while his entire bot set was up, most people would just take his entire bot side jungle before he takes the Drake. So I think the natural inclination is to think he would come up here. So I don't get the point of being here in the first place because Scuttle is not really worth it right now. At this point, at 15 minutes, now that we've gotten this far in the game, it's basically reassess time. Every lane is winning. So now, I believe it's time you actually start setting up your primary win condition with being the 1-3-1. Now that you broke mid tower, you bring your bot lane here. You drop your mid laner here, and you keep your top laner shoving this tower. Or option number 2, you really want to get the rest of this. You really want to get this outer because this hour is going to fall regardless. And that you commit the Galio and the J4, where they take this play topside and take out the Vladimir. And Akali can be in a solo lane while Kaisa catches mid wave. What in the world? This does not look like the play. So, you face check into a brush because we have no vision on where Galio is. Okay. You kind of just walk into him here. Like, you just straight up kind of walk into him. What the fuck? Like, I get the feeling if you want to be in position here, but you're better off. So, okay, he takes the ultimate here, right? You're better off staying in this back half of this fight because you see the Taric ulti coming in. You actually don't need to step up to auto here because understanding that they're going to be invincible in a second anyway, and then you're just putting yourself in range for you to get traded back with because she has the Blade of the Ruin King, which I'm assuming you didn't tech tab, which is why you didn't know that. this is really weird. Why you're up this close? Like, if anything, you just kind of like shadow him on the outside skirts of his auto attack range. Wow. This, if you guys were not insanely ahead, is a real big turning point in the game where they possibly could have brought this lead back. Holy. Like, it's really good that you guys also were able to at least get something out of it as a trade, but in a sense, you kind of entered here. Oh, that's not really the right term. You like really mispositioned. Like, it really wasn't really inting because like the play was there. It's just you really mispositioned on the fact that the Terra ulti kind of just needed to skirt around the auto attack range, uh, and be in like in a relative position to where you're able to do something, but you have to just wait out the Terra ulti. So stepping up and then trying to auto attack them is not going to do you any good. Wait a minute. I was gonna say, maybe I should get something here that's actually insanely fucking weird. Off of this, your hold point off of this bad bot fight should be really starting to set up the 1-3-1 win condition. That's all you should be worried about right now. Getting set up for the 1-3-1, which you seem to be doing here. What? Shit like this that makes me okay. What I don't get is why they're walking up to you in the first place when you're level 12 and they're like level 9. You're 9-1 with item advantage, and they're level 9. You're 3 levels up on them. I don't get this. This makes no sense to me. 2v1 when someone's still 3 levels ahead of you doesn't really do anything. Wow. That is super confusing. So, on the backside, Billy, because I haven't been able to focus on you all game because your whole other rest of the map has been doing a whole bunch of great and sometimes questionable shit. Um, Especially when you notice that this play happens here, your whole goal should not to be here. Should be not to be here. Reason being is if you see 3 of them down here, 90% of the time, in its higher MMR play, they're gonna try to get something in return. So in trying to get something to return, especially because you have 250 gold shutdown, is that you have either vision here that says you can be up here because you know they're not coming to you, or as you see this play, you kind of just concede pressure and back off recall. That way you're in no danger of death at all. Not to mention you still have you can recall here with 1400 gold. So like you're fine to recall here. So 100%, if you see 4 of them, like 4 of your team members committed to the bot side of the map, and like not more of their team there with no vision prep, you should just leave. I just want to take a minute to admire something. Look how bright this bot side jungle is. Oh, that is beautiful. Like, I love how when you guys are taking over a side of the map, you take full control and set up your entire vision realm where nothing goes unseen here. That is so fucking beautiful. That is really good shit. Okay, so this is some greedy shit. This is some super greedy shit that you don't need to be doing. So, most of these guys should be recalling off this Infernal. It's getting set because in a minute, Baron's going to be up. So, all of you bot side, especially after his death, could just recall. Recall, get control wards, and then start setting up this half of the map for this Baron that's coming up in a minute. Instead of this fight here. And this is just super bloodthirsty. Like, and the only reason this really works is because you guys are so far ahead. Like, overall, he should have died here. He should have died here. And then you're giving over how much gold? Let's see. How much gold are we giving over here? Giving over 750 gold in shutdowns, not counting the kill gold. So, like, that will put them back on the map. But, like, this play is super risky and super unnecessary. Like, right now you're just padding the KDA. And, like, you don't need to be doing this. No control wards? I guess nobody cares that Baron's gonna be up and now. Again, Cairo, Dano's about to die for your sins. This whole quadrant of the map is fucking black. Not to mention, your vision side is starting to turn black after all your wards are expiring, all that shit, and you see her walking up this way in the first place. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? You might as well start praying to Dano and thanking him that he's allowed you to actually live in this great day. Like, what the fuck? Like right now, you're. I love the funness you're having here, bud, but you're super greeting right now, like overkilling people for no reason. Like set up your win condition. Like recall, set up your vision on this coordinate of the map for Baron, Start setting up the 1-3-1 with you up top side because you don't have teleport, and he has bot side because he does have teleport. Start putting pressure on the lanes. Like right now, you're just stalling. Like this is a really good play for attacking her being over pushed. This is really good that you punish her for that. Now this is free Baron. So, oh, there's 100% a better way to play this. And it's literally establishing actual vision in this bot side quadrant instead of taking the time and styling on Syndra here because you can. Like, if you were taking the time to do all the bot side vision here, Samsa doesn't die because as soon as they come stepping up here, you would turn on them. And immediately as you turn on them, they would die because they wouldn't have Vayne and they're already super behind. So the fact that Samso dies here is on the fact that you guys didn't take the time to set up the vision here, and were specifically Cairo, you decided to sit here and let Dano die for your sins over here, and the fact that you're styling on Cinder over here instead of taking the time and communicating everybody. Yeah, let's set up this bot quadrant, this top quadrant vision, so that we could get this Baron in like 2 minutes. Like, it's just unnecessary things. Like, you're throwing away unnecessary kills for no reason, and that better teams would punish you for. Like, a better team would punish you by stealing this Baron and turning the game on its head because they just stole Baron on you. Okay. So now this is good. How you're setting up the 1-3-1 is good. Now you're starting to actually play to your win condition. Sure, you don't all push up, waiting for Cairo to get in place, and then you can actually start pressuring. hmm So here's another thing that I could recommend. You get your offensive vision line. So you'd have something here also. Like, you already have decent offensive vision over here, and that you have your jungler in Fog of War, um, as well as your support willing on standby, so that you can make a play to attack the side lanes. Then you just have to have your AD carry aware of this, so he just backs up. He just backs the fuck up, because you have the 3 here. And then let him back up. You attack the side lanes, and then you're actually just taking these turrets a little bit quicker and abusing more of your Baron buff. Especially when right now you don't have a wave. Like, this is the time where, say for example, you could abuse topside by setting up him in Fog of War topside and having you two, being Dano and Logic, diving on him, 3-manning him, and taking this tower really quickly. That also gives the pressure off of Cairo because they understand that he's the biggest target. Like, he's already super giga ahead in comparison to you, and he's the one with the huge bounty. So they're wanting him. Like, they're gonna want him, but he's already has this tower here, and like getting this tower is not really as ideal without breaking these two first, because then you have even pressure along the map. If he just goes for this tower, he's just overextending. Like, all he needs to be here for is to have the pressure that someone has to respond to him over here. Like, okay, now especially after you've gotten this tower down, that you have this wave here, you're putting the pressure on this wave. Definitely jungle should be like Fog of War, prepping this side, so that you're getting ready to dive him, and use your dive tools to take him out. That way you can get this tower and you can extend further with your Baron buff. Like, what I'm saying you're doing right now is not bad at all. What I'm saying you're doing is not bad, but I'm saying there is a bigger and possibly better option here. It's a better option to abuse the fact that you have such a massive lead, and abuse more of the composition's tools as dive potential, all of his dive potential tools. All right, you take Cloudrick on recall, which is fine, 100% fine, really good. Also, another thing, I don't know if I've forgotten to mention this, but I really like the fact that you're starving them of resources, so that every time you're going through here and you're resetting this, like, you're taking all of their jungle resources off recall. So that way, the only thing that should be up is your jungle, which you're taking on your way back to the lanes. That way you're depriving them of resources of ways to come back in the game. That's really good. Now you guys reset up the 1-3-1 with your sideways pressure, shoving together. Oh yeah, this is good, especially with Baron coming up in a minute. You're setting up bot quadrant vision. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see. First off, again, Kyra, you're being super aggressive here. I love aggression, but you're doing too much aggression. You're doing aggression to a point where now you're possibly having ways of throwing leads. So say, for example, he doesn't miss this ult. You're giving over, again, a 700 gold shutdown plus kill gold. And then, not only that, they can't possibly... You're a man down for Baron. That's going to be up in, what, 30 seconds. Like, Cairo, you've given them so many ways in this game for them to come back in this game. And it's just so unreal. Like, you're giving them so many opportunities, and they're just not able to capitalize on all of them. Holy fuck. Fucking Dano, you are insane. Dano, you are absolutely insane. Holy shit. This team fight was fucking pog. In general, you mispositioned here, and you know you did. Oh. Oh, and logic is insane. The 3-man J4 combo. The 3-man... Holy fucking shit, logic and Dano. Fucking poggers over here. Jesus Christ. And even amidst all of that, he pops both Redemption and Locket to keep you alive. Holy, this team is poggers. It's insane. Then off that, he gets inhib. Almost a kill on Vladimir? Fuck's sake, dude. I do wish you would have TP'd in here to make it easier, but overall, you really didn't have to. So I can't really blame you for that. And then you're taking this tier here. You take Baron here. You all recall off of this right here. Off this inhibitor. Shit, dude. Holy fuck. This game is 100% over. Overall, in this game, there was a lot of positives to take. Early pathing and how you guys set up your lanes for success logic, Dano, you guys were fucking poggers. Especially in team fights, you two were poggers. Cairo, your laning was really good. Understanding, Billy, your laning was really good. Understanding your windows and power spikes in the early game, like your level spikes and everything, that was really fucking good. How you guys set up vision in the early parts in the game that completely dominated half of a jungle, that was so good. Please keep doing that. Cairo, your over aggressiveness will cost us games if you keep doing that. There are so many opportunities there where they could have capitalized that and flipped the game on its head based off of your plays. Being the fact that you were being too aggressive, too forthgoing. You need to sometimes dial it back down and understand, as much as it's fun to sit there and style on them and get 15 kills, 15 kills are not always going to win you the game. What's going to win you the game is playing it calculated enough to make sure you're taking your towers. Like, I'm not trying to discourage you from having fun. I'm trying to discourage you from trying to style on your opponent so much that you're throwing away your advantages. But other than that, if you want to go over individual laning, I would recommend tomorrow before the patch drops. Hopefully it doesn't drop till Wednesday. I can go over like really individual laning stuff with you guys. I wasn't able to really do it in this VOD because I got home super late and I kind of needed to get 2 hours of sleep before practice tonight. But other than that, please have a grandeur discussion about game 2, and then take away as much as you can out of the positives you could from game 1. I'm not going to go over the Talia Pantheon game because I think that's more triggered for most people than anything. But there's a lot of things that we could pick up on from here.